Welcome to Meditations on the State of Education. This is pre-release content from the Future Education podcast brought to you by the University of the Universe. These are short vignettes, raw and minimal, overheard conversations, complaints, ideas for improvement, and meaningful stories. Listen closely, then share your thoughts on our socials as they go live. Today's snippet comes from my visit to the All-In Summit in Los Angeles, California from September 7th to 9th, 2025. It's among snippets from in and around the context of the gathering set near the USC campus. You'll also hear voices from outside the summit, such as a student reflecting on their own educational journey. The aim here is not polished production, but raw, unfiltered voices, real perspectives on what education is and what it could be. Our official launch of full production episodes is set for March 1st, 2026. You can subscribe now to stay in the loop and help shape this venture from its earliest stages into a foundation for powerful education for ourselves and our descendants for centuries to come. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen and for sharing a passion with us for the continuous improvement of education for centuries to come. Fac et meliora in aeterno. Do, make, create, and improve for all eternity.
Okay, so I'm going to start just with some logistical things. Could you please state your name and spell it?
Joseph Chilopoulos, Joseph, last name Chilopoulos. I know it's pretty difficult.
No, but that's good. That would have been hard to spell. Okay, and we're about to do a little podcast interview. Do I have permission to use this on my podcast?
Of course.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I am starting a visionary education project, education for the next millennium.
Wow.
People are complaining about the university and college system right now.
Yeah.
And they think it could be better, but, we don't know exactly what to do. I want to design a system that will continuously upgrade and work for the next 1,000 years.
Okay.
So I want to ask people about their opinions on education, their experiences with education.
Okay.
We were talking, you're a trombonist, you're studying music.
Yes, sir.
You did an undergrad in trombone, and now you're doing a graduate degree.
Yes.
Tell me, what are the things that you've loved the most about your educational experience, college and university, and what are the things that you have loved the least?
So the things I've loved the most has come down to the ensembles and private instruction. When I'm able to be in an environment where I get to play with other fellow musicians that have the same goals and aspirations as me, and people that are trying to improve in their musical craft, I think that's a huge thing for musicians, and it also allows you to be exposed to multiple different genres of music and allows you to read a lot of different music, which is huge being a musician, because you have to read a lot, do a lot of sight reading, this and that, as I was just telling you about the different clefs, alto and tenor, so that's a huge thing. The things that I really did not enjoy about my undergraduate degree was I feel like there's unnecessary classes I needed to take, such as GEs. General ed is important, but I personally believe general ed is something that you usually do within your elementary, middle school, high school kind of thing. And I feel like the colleges require you to take the general eds because it's kind of a scam, because they need the money. You have to pay for the general ed classes. When I'm going to this college to get an education in music, I'm not trying to learn about math again when I already did that, and I still in English and the sciences and stuff like that. But in my musical experience at Long Beach State in college, the music was the biggest thing. If you're just taking a bunch of music classes, music theory was huge, music history was good. Especially in my field, I feel like my degree is a lot more focused on what I'm trying to do compared to other degrees. So
okay, and what do you now, and what did you hope to get out of your education, right? Of your college experience, of your, if anything, what was your goal, or what did you feel like you were going to get out of it?
Well, my biggest goal is to come out of college being the best trombone player I can be. Huge improvement in everything, such as reading, low register, high register, all sorts of stuff like that. But the other big thing about college that my goal is find connections, people that I can connect with and work with in the near future, which has been good overall. But that's why I'm coming here to grad school at USC to build an even more, and just build a repertoire with how many different people I can work with, and more musicians, more composers that I know, and arrangers and stuff like that. So that is kind of what I was going for.
All right, and then what about, and I know this can be a sensitive topic because what is the joke? Oh shoot. What's the difference between a pizza and a musician? A pizza can feed a family of 4.
Here's another good one. The reason I signed up for grad school is so another 2 years of, no job.
Don't have to feel that
Exactly.
So that's a question too. How much, because part of the idea that is presented with colleges and universities, so you're trained for a career, and a career is a livelihood, to make money. How much do you feel like that's the case, that what you do in college and university is equipping you with the skills to make a living?
See, that's good point. So like I said, the connections are big. The different instructors that I meet with and study with are very helpful in regards to my education, but honestly, I haven't been given that many opportunities, or they haven't thrown some gigs out to me to pick up on, because it's competitive. They're the ones that want the gig, and there's a whole line of people that they have that they're called before me. So in preparation to making money as a musician, I feel like there could definitely be some better opportunities and a better plan and a setup, and possibly setting me up into just hopping straight into a professional career. But that solistically comes down to me, I feel like, because there's a girl, her name's Gracie. There's a Colburn School of Music here, in LA, and she graduated from there with her graduate degree, and immediately landed a job in a professional Chicago symphony as principal trombone. Okay, and that was all on her side. So I feel like in the music industry, making it in graduating straight out into like a gig and a scenario like that is a lot more rare compared to, like, let's say if you're like a doctor and you're like a lawyer, and as soon as you graduate out, you get an internship somewhere, and then eventually you're going to be working there. So it's a little bit different in my degree, but I feel like there could be some more opportunities for instructors to be like, hey man, once you graduate, we're going to put you in this band. But unfortunately, there's not enough opportunities out there for that to happen.
Okay, fair enough. All right, last question.
Okay.
Just imagine with me the college university experience of the next 1,000 years.
Okay.
Like, go as far out as you want. Maybe we're in outer space. You've got somebody learning to play trombone on Mars, or whatever profession you want to imagine.
Okay.
How do you imagine things changed for the better? Any ideas?
I don't know if things would change for the better, personally, just because, well, AI is a huge thing getting involved with all of this, and there's these people talking about these chips you're going to put in your brain, like the Neuralink and stuff like that, and no one's going to want to work or play trombone or go through everything I'm going through to make beautiful music when it's just made through AI. But if I wasn't saying that in regards to what college would look like in 1,000 years, I feel like, I don't know. That's a good question. That's kind of a tough one. Is there any way you can assist me on that? I don't know.
That's my job anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm just trying to cheat by asking you.
Yeah.
No, thanks. No,
Yeah,
it's
of course.
good. It's an interesting conversation.
Of course, I hope I answered your questions as you wanted, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. Here's a little bit of Joseph playing some off the cuffs. All right.
Just mess
Something's
around.
working.
Oh, yeah.
Something's working. It sounded a little bit like summertimey, but is that?
Oh, yeah.
What were you playing?
I
Just
was
playing
just messing
minor
around
scales?
on D minor there.
Okay.
I can play,
You have to play anything special. I was just curious
Yeah.
if that was a tune or what.
well, here's a good one. There you go. By the way, Frank Sinatra copyrighted.
Very nice. I
know.
like that. It's a good choice.
Yeah.
All right, cool, man.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
a lot. Have a good day.
Appreciate it.